What's poppin', y'all? The least surprising news of the week is a Bobby Schmurda tour completely flopping, that it had to get canceled before it even started. And Bobby Schmurda tried to do a little runaround before the tour company and the people involved in setting up the tour said, nah, we're not going to let you do that. So Bobby Schmurda says, hey, to all my fans, I apologize. I don't know who Bobby Schmurda's fans are. There are Hot Boy fans, there are Bobby B fans, maybe there are Computers fans, but there are not Bobby Schmurda fans. He lost that a long time ago. Hey, to all my fans, I apologize for the tour being canceled. I take full responsibility. I have to go through lawsuits with these guys. Philip Stengel, works at Halo Touring. I get guap that I knew better to do business with. Let this be a life lesson to all business owners and affiliate. Don't leave nothing in no one's hands. Don't matter how much you gotta work. Nobody's gonna treat your work like it's you, true, except if you got a top. Pause. Done expert. What? But that happens once in a blue moon because you have money does not make you a boss. Anyways, I apologize again to all of my fans. I might have to go through some lawsuits and lawyer fee money, aka the industry most wanted. Ain't nothing new. I've been fighting. The Bobby Schmurda is clearly the industry's least wanted, as well as the fans' least wanted. Usually somebody's like, yo, I'm the industry's most wanted, but the streets is messing with me. And by the streets, I mean like their own fan base. The actual fans out there mess with the artist, but perhaps the company is not in favor of what they've got going on. Think of a Drake right now. Although there is this whole, I think I'll just save that for another video topic. I think Bobby Schmurda was lucky to even get an opportunity to tour. But then they go in. So the guy that he tagged, Bobby, said, oh, nah, this is not happening. Because usually when we get a situation like this, the person that's being called out, they just lay back, they let it pass, and then they keep it pushing. And the majority of the time, it is the artist's fault. So he posts this and says, let's be clear. The tour was canceled because average ticket sales across markets were 10 per city. That's not viable under any circumstances, no matter the artist or budget. That's a fact. I'm surprised they even sold 10. He was going smoke perp on this tour. Bobby Schmurda chose to publicly vent rather than acknowledge performance metrics. His frustration is understood, but the numbers don't lie. The problem wasn't promotion, it was demand. The industry isn't about emotion, it's about execution. If 10 people are buying tickets, there's no show, period. This post was a distraction. The facts are the facts. And this is the thing too. Whenever you see an artist canceling a tour, it's 99.9% of the time it is ticket sales. They could not sell enough for it to make sense. Now, I do think Russ canceled a European tour last year or maybe 2 years ago, and in part, I'm not sure if that was ticket sales, but he did say it was like a health issue, a mental health issue. So I don't know. He's usually somebody that has sold out these venues before or has toured Europe. So I'm inclined to believe that, including the fact that he is an independent artist and wasn't blaming anybody. He just took full accountability for the situation. And there were a lot of people that were upset that the tour got canceled. Unlike Bobby Schmurda, you look at Bobby Schmurda's comment section, nobody's saying, yo, I bought tickets to the Minneapolis show. Come on, man, I'm disappointed. And 10 tickets? On average, 10? Smoke perp at least. He had a couple of venues where he was doing 15 to 25 people. So for Bobby, damn. And then this guy goes on to say, full transparency, the tour was canceled due to an average of 10 tickets per show. We have receipts. Sometimes artists lash out publicly. That's emotion. We deal in data. We wish Bobby Schmurda best of luck on the club circuits. This guy's cold. This guy's not playing around. And I enjoy the energy that he's bringing to Bobby Schmurda because we get a text thread between them. And he says when they log in, you have to tell them it's two separate pages. One is for Facebook and the other page is for Instagram ads. They're talking about like running promotion for the tour. And then this dude, Philip, goes on and says, hey, BITCH, let me know if you need the book mailing address to sue me. And anytime we can run the effing fade, ain't no B here. You ain't gonna talk to me like you have been. I didn't see a response from Bobby Schmurda after that. He says, tempers flared and things were said from both sides. Call it even as men and let's follow through with what we started. In this business, we have moments that aren't so pretty at times. No need to sue or stop any tour because men had an argument. It happens. I think these guys were trying to do, this is like a Make-A-Wish type of situation because there's no reason Bobby Schmurda should be going out on tour. Bobby Schmurda has 3 songs and they were all before he got locked up. Well, you could say 2.5. He had Bobby B, he had Hot Boy, and he had Computers, which is like half of a song. So what is he going to tour off of? Nobody demands Bobby. And I think this is a delusional thought from Bobby Schmurda because we left him years ago. I think, what was it, when did he get out? Maybe 2020, 2021, around there. There was hype around him. You notice how everybody that thought Bobby was real, they're not having him on their feature list. They're not having, like, for example, Young Thug was like, yeah, you know, Bobby kept this solid, this and that. I don't see Bobby Shmurda featured on anything Young Thug related. I'm not sure if he did something with the Migos. I think actually they did give him a feature, but them giving him a feature, it's kind of like doing something behind closed doors because nobody's gonna see the song. You know, Bobby Shmurda dropped an album in 2022. I didn't know, nor did I care, because he was dropping some buns after that, and then he's just too busy with these chicks. You know what's the funniest thing? The rapper that gave Bobby the biggest look is 6ix9ine. Like, that song Stupid, it's one of his most popular songs. Now, he does have that song Shmoney with Quavo and I believe Rowdy Rebel, but that song with 6ix9ine did numbers, and that was before he got out. He was still locked up at the same time. But Bobby Shmurda is an act like Jim Jones, right? At a period of time. Jim Jones had We Fly High, and he was just doing clubs off of that. Jim Jones was not about to go on tour himself. Nobody was going to buy tickets to Jim Jones. Now, if you put Dipset together, and then people are, okay, we're going to see Cam, we're going to see, what's his name? We're going to see Jewels, we're going to see Jim Jones, and each of them got their own catalog, and Jim Jones has like 1 or 2 songs, and he's featured on a bunch of different tracks. Okay, now that makes sense for me to buy some tickets to. Bobby, well, we'll see him on the lineup do his 2 songs when we buy Rolling Loud tickets, or he'll do a club hosting, 2-3 songs, but an actual dedicated tour and a venue for somebody to go just see Bobby Shmurda, I think they should be embarrassed to even admit that they bought those tickets. I'd personally respect somebody more if they bought Smoke Perp tickets, or hell, even Lil Xan. Lil Xan, do we want to take it that far? I'm not inclined to take it that far. And then we had some fans making comments like, oh, you have 2 million monthly listeners and you were only able to sell this many tickets. That's not how it works. Like, he's not a one-hit wonder, really, although kind of. Just because 2 million people, the metric is 2 million people listen to a Bobby Shmurda track. 2 million unique listeners listen to a Bobby Shmurda track in the past month. That's what the metric is. So some people just have, Hot Boy on their playlist from 10 years ago. They're not following Bobby Shmurda. They probably don't even know what he's up to. Some people don't even know if he's locked up or if he ever got locked up. They're just like, yo, I remember hearing that song. I have that on my playlist. I'm going to play it every now and then. And that's all there is to it. They're not fans of Bobby Shmurda. Nobody's a fan of Bobby Shmurda right now. And he has nobody to blame other than himself. Like, sure, he had his whole situation with Epic, I think Sony Epic, trying to get out of his deal, and he wanted to handle the business right. He didn't want to drop any music because he felt like they were hoeing him. And like I said years ago, when this was going on, he needs to stay hot. And then after he figures that situation out, which was maybe 9 months later, he lost a ton of hype. He was doing all these zesty dance moves and all that, and people were like, yo, what's going on with Bobby? He starts dropping music and it's complete trash. It's almost as if he got lucky with his first song. And then you're looking at it like, yo, this guy can't even make music. So not only did we wait all of this time where he didn't drop, he can't make music, he's dropping garbage. Okay, yeah, can him. We'll go on to the multiple other artists that are popping and making good music. And that's just all there is to it. Bobby Shmurda has no business being on tour ever. He should just be an opener and not even an opener. He should be a hype man for a comedy tour. He comes out in the beginning, he does his 2 songs or in between, like warm up the crowd before the next comedian comes on. That's where his career belongs right now. And yeah, that's all there is to it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. 10 tickets per city. At least we're getting some real metrics. And shout out Philip, man. He's talking that talk. This is what I like to see. I'm not saying he should have called Bobby to a fade, but I think the IG post off rip was brilliant. It's like, hey, you're not going to keep playing with us behind the scenes, making it seem like we screwed you over. You ain't got no fans. Nobody's buying your tickets. You sold 10 per city. There are hundreds of artists in America that can sell 10 tickets per city. Well, maybe even like over 1,000. You've got artists that we've never heard of that can sell at least 100. So Bobby Shmurda, failed career. It is what it is. I'm sure he's doing fine in life, but a touring act? No. Cut that out. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see you on the next one. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Go to helloyassine.com. Thank you for watching. Peace.